It's Sega. It's AM2. It's Virtua Fighter for the 32x. Now, I'm not a fan of fighting games, but I decided it was about time to put some real effort into Virtua Fighter. The following footage is me playing as Sarah, that way I could show you all of the characters and all of the environments. It took me about 6 hours to be proficient enough to get to the boss round with her. The coolest part about Virtua Fighter is that it has an anamorphic mode, so we can watch this in widescreen.
Fight, 2, ready, go!
The game starts off easy enough with a battle against Jackie. The manual indicates he's an IndyCar racer. Maybe we'll find him in Virtua Racing. This isn't my most inspired match, but the early rounds don't require a lot of defense and offer plenty of opportunities to do some cool moves.
KO!
Yahoo!
Fight, 1, ready, go!
In round 2, we have Jeffrey, an Australian who loves reggae music. That explains the dreadlocks. In each round we get a new environment to fight in and new music. I believe all of the music is done on the Genesis, but it is still of high quality and very well composed.
KO! Fight, 2, ready, go!
Round 3 is where the game starts to get difficult. All the button mashing in the world isn't going to save you. Visually, this round is unique because the floor is always changing colors. Very cool.
KO! Fight, 2, ready, go!
Round 4 is against Kaje, who's obviously a ninja. You can tell because of his sweet headband. For me, this is where Virtua Fighter starts getting really hard. You have to start memorizing your opponent's moves so you can properly block, and you have to make your attacks when there's an opening. Otherwise, you'll get your ass handed to you.
KO! Fight, 2, ready, go!
Round 5 features some especially authentic music. Pei is from Hong Kong. This is also a good time to admire how silky smooth the animations are in this game. While Virtua Fighter doesn't have the detail 2D fighters had at the time, it has some awesome animation that can't be done without the third dimension.
KO!
Yahoo!
Fight, 1, ready, go!
Round 6 is against Wolf, the Canadian professional wrestler. It shows too, as he has some of the most vicious hits in the game.
KO!
Yahoo!
Fight, 1, ready, go!
Round 7 is against Lao, the Chinese cook. Lao is incredibly quick, but I found quick punches and jabs to be the best way to defeat him. It doesn't make for compelling gameplay footage, though.
KO! Fight, 1, ready, go!
The 8th round against Akira feels impossible. He is hard to hit. Here it takes 7 seconds before either of us land a hit. But watch this ending.
KO!
There are a few other ways to win a round. You can knock your opponent out of the ring,
Ring out! Ring out.
Or have more life left when time runs out.
Time over. Time over.
Yahoo!
Fight 2, ready, go!
One of the reasons I don't tend to like fighting games is because of how chaotic and random they feel. Virtua Fighter actually feels very responsive and controlled. There are only 3 buttons: block, punch, and kick. Very few of the moves require more than 3 button presses. While this tends to be regarded as a hardcore fighter, I found the limited buttons and slower gameplay the perfect way to get into the genre. Virtua Fighter was released in late 1995, towards the end of the 32x's life. It's a swan song of sorts, showcasing what could be done with the hardware in the hands of capable programmers. As you can see from this video, the frame rate is super smooth, there are no graphical hiccups, and the soundtrack and effects are terrific.
KO. Fight 2, ready, go!
This is another dirt cheap game and can be found for $1 or $2. I highly recommend it even if you aren't into fighting games.
Fight 2, ready, go!
Now I've shown you a lot of my victories, now watch me get owned by the final boss. Thanks for watching.
KO. Go!